I must be mad. I'm seeing 4 reps before lunch. If we get all them orders, we'll need to take on new machinists. Mike? What were that all about? I thought you and Barlow were best of mates these days.
Just shows you how wrong you can be, doesn't it?
Listen, I best get going. I've got to meet that rep from Bullins. This could be a very big order, Mike. Mike?
Yes, I heard what you said. Do you want me for anything?
No, I just...
Right, then off you go.
Fine. You going to be in the Rovers this afternoon?
I shouldn't think so, no. Oh, hello. Yes, I need a number in Glasgow, please.
Not now, eh? Hey, look what the cat's sicked up. What are you doing here?
Oh, I've not come to see you.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Do you know, what did I ever see in that?
You don't half pick 'em. At least I've your Reuben give you a good night out.
Oh, blimey, do me a favour. Not another Barlow coming begging.
I'm sorry?
Your old man's already been here and the answer's the same. That boy's my son, and hell will freeze over before I forget that. Oh, and tell your sister to start answering her phone, will you?
I've got a message for you from Susan.
He spoke to me like I was something he'd trod in. Prat.
Well, you gave as good as you got. She did.
What I want to know is why he's in factory in the first place.
Well, I hope he's not after a job.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. But if he gets one, I'm leaving. I swear to you. You don't cast a shadow, that bloke.
And you say you went to see Mike? You stood him?
Nothing.
No, I'm not a fool, Gina. Mike's been acting odd for days.
Well, why do you think?
Isn't it obvious? What does it usually mean when your husband starts telling you lies?
What, you think he's seen someone else?
That trip to Scotland was dodgy. You can't deny that.
Look, there'll be an explanation. He wouldn't be unfaithful, not Mike.
I'm going to confront him with it. I'd go mad wondering otherwise.
No, don't do that. Don't go rushing in before you know the facts.
Are you suggesting I just let him go on? Making a mug of me? For how long exactly?
You're upset. Come it back and we'll have a drink and a chat.
Together, we can find a way of keeping Baldwin's involvement to a minimum.
Far too late for that, Barlow.
What are you doing here? How did you even get in?
Blanche left the door open. Save me knocking.
Well, you've no right. How dare you come waltzing in here uninvited? I swear this has nothing to do with me.
When you've quite finished, Dad, I asked Mike to come. I want to get this sorted out once and for all, and he's as much a part of it as you are.
You know something, don't you? It's obvious.
Yeah, have a drink.
Just tell me, will you? Gina, spit it out. There's something going on, and I want to know what it is.
Linda, Mike's not having an affair.
Well, what then? And how come you know and I don't?
Mike's got another son. He's just found out.
All I care about here is that Adam's life isn't disrupted. Surely we all want the same thing. Now, he's got to come first.
Like I told you in Glasgow, I'll do everything on your terms.
Yeah, for as long as it suits you. And how long before the Jealous Father Act kicks in? Before you start treating Susan like you treated Maggie Redmond?
What happened to that after-siege mentality, eh? All mates together. We've been to hell and back.
Fighting's not going to help anybody, Daddy.
No, I'm sorry, Pete. There's a lot at stake here. If we were friends, you would have talked to me before you went herring up to Scotland stalking my daughter.
Dad.
You've got room to talk.
Come on.
Come on, we were drinking in the pub the other day. You knew about Adam then, but did you tell me, his father?
Mike, please. This has been as much of a shock to Ken as it has to you.
Look, Susan, you know that I really will go along with whatever you want.
Oh, look at him sitting there as if I'm intruding on something that's his. But you didn't know either, did you? Saint Kenneth. Didn't even know he had a grandson. Some family.
You all right?
It don't make sense. Are you sure it's Susan Barlow's?
Yeah.
It can't be. She left Mike because she didn't want kids. She got rid of his baby. He never forgave her.
Well, she must have lied.
It does explain why Peter Barlow was in the factory today. But what it doesn't explain is why Mike hasn't told me.
Well, maybe he just wants to think it through by himself first.
But I'm his wife.
I know, but it's a big thing to come to terms with, especially after, you know, Mark.
How old is this kid of his?
12, 13.
Yeah, the sums add up. Question is, how do I handle it?
Can I make a suggestion? Just wait. Let him tell you when he's ready.
What was it, Barlow? Too much like hard work trying to keep in touch with your kids?
We just drifted apart, that's all. Happens in lots of families.
And she didn't think fit to tell you she was having a child. Ooh, that's some drifting, that is.
She didn't tell me because she was petrified that you might find out. We drink in the same pub, walk down the same street every day.
Oh, look at him sitting there backpedaling. It's pathetic.
Will you just shut up, both of you? Pair of you sitting there trying to score points off each other. That's what's pathetic.
Deirdre's right. This is not about you two.
Well, I know that, but try telling him. I mean, this is the way he operates. He's only happy when he's getting one over on somebody. Especially happy when it's me.
Yeah, but this time in the right. That's what gets you goat, isn't it? Eh?
I'm just protecting my daughter and my grandson.
Your grandson, I'm his father. And you'd have sat there for the rest of your life not telling me about Adam if someone with a bit of humanity hadn't have found out.
Oh, listen to you. You're worse than a couple of kids. And you wonder why I kept away. If you can't even sit in the same room together, how are we ever going to sort out anything about Adam? If you think I'm subjecting him to this, you are very much mistaken. Call me when you've learned to behave like adults.
Why did you tell Devon, not me?
I shouldn't have told anyone. You know what Susan was saying? Ken was terrified he'd lose her and Adam.
Well, at least he knew he had him. I didn't know I had a son. Deirdre, we're friends. Why didn't you tell me?
Mike, I was in a terrible position.
Did you really think I shouldn't know about my own son?
Mike, please.
No, answer me. Did you or did you not think I should know about my son?
Of course I did.
Thanks. That's all I wanted to know.
There you go, love. How'd it go at reps? Any luck?
What? Oh, no, I cancelled.
Oh, all right. Well, I could sit with you, but I'm on my own. Why don't you come to the bar?
Can you just leave me alone, Gina?
Yeah. Yeah, OK.
He's here.
He's alive then.
What's that mean?
Well, he hadn't been in the factory all afternoon. Could have got up to all sorts.
Oh, yeah? You didn't know, did you?
No. Thought he might come back in a minute.
Right, ladies, what can I get you?
All right. I'll have a pint, thanks. Actually, I think I'll go and see Gina. I'll get me on.
All right, suit yourself. Ask her to send over a pint and a large scotch, will you, love?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, well. Janice Battersby turned down a free drink. Now I've seen everything.
Was work this afternoon?
Do you know what? I wouldn't know. Wasn't working.
Lucky you. What were you up to?
Oh, you know, this and that. How did it go with those reps?
Don't you care what happened in the factory?
Why, what happened?
That's the thing, you see, Mike. Neither of us know. I was out with reps and you were... Where were you?
The golf club. You know, a couple of business mates, and then we started enjoying the 19th hole.
In the dark.
What? What is this?
Nothing, Mike. Nothing at all.
Hello? Oh, hi, Susan. Yeah, of course I want to talk. Your hotel? Well, listen, why don't you come round the flat about 12:30, eh? Yeah, OK. See you there then, bye.
Who were that?
Hey, Harry Murchison.
On a Sunday morning?
Yeah, he's got a bit of a problem. I'm going to have to finish this quicker than I thought. Listen, why don't you take yourself into town, eh? Do a bit of shopping. I'm going to be up to my eyes in it.
I can still come home and read the papers, though, can't I?
Nah. You don't want to be round me when I'm under pressure. Go on, off you go. You got the plastic, haven't you? Treat yourself.
I take it your wife's not around?
Linda? No, I sent her shopping. I want to keep this between us for the moment.
So she still doesn't know?
Your dad may tell us misses everything, but I know when to keep that button.
Oh, look, Mike, this is why I left yesterday. I'm not interested in your vendetta with my father.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
It's one of the reasons our marriage failed.
Yes.
It's one of the reasons I never came back here.
You're all right.
And it's why I'm having to meet you alone now.
Yeah, fine, fine.
I don't want any jibes against me either. I didn't have to come back.
No, but I'm glad you did. Because it's Adam I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about anybody else.
All right. Well, now we've got that straight. Where shall we start?
Like I said in Glasgow, I just want to get to know him.
How do I know I can trust you?
Trust me? Well, what do you mean? All I want is what's best for him.
Your idea of what's best for Adam and mine might be two different things.
Susan, I would never go against your wishes.
It's not like you to be so accommodating.
I don't want to risk losing him. If we fell out, that's what would happen, isn't it?
Too damn right it is.
So, I would always check with you first.
I suppose we couldn't agree. You might decide you've got nothing to lose and go for broke. We could be in court before we knew it.
Oh, I wouldn't put the boy through that. I want him to be happy. I mean, I'd chuck the whole thing in now if I thought we were going to be enemies. And anyway, he'd choose you, wouldn't he?
Be careful what you say. I might hold you to this one day.
So you're not closing the door then? Does he ever ask about me?
From time to time. He thinks you left a long time ago when he was small.
I left you? Oh, thanks, mate. I bet he hates me for that.
He doesn't hate you. He understands that relationships break up.
So you didn't tell him the other day who I was? Be nice to learn a bit more about him.
Well, that's easy. What do you want to know?
What are you doing here?
Oh, don't ask. Thanks a lot, love.
You're supposed to be at work, aren't you?
Well, I told Dev I'd fill in for him while I went to apologise to Deirdre. I expected him to be back about 12. I'm really sorry.
You sure he hadn't run off with her? Now it'd surprise me in this saga.
Any developments your end?
He kicked me out of the flat this morning. Said he had urgent business to attend to.
Meaning what?
Well, it's something to do with this kid of his, obviously. Told me to go and hit the plastic, but Gina, I'm so flummoxed I can't even shop.
So what are you going to do?
I know you told me to keep quiet, but I'm not sure I can stand it. I don't know why he can't just tell me.
Where have you been?
And what you doing, poaching my stuff?
And what's this? The double whammy show?
I'll leave this to you, Gina. Got more important things to do.
You said you'd only be an hour.
Oh, there's things to do.
We only had walk up street. Anyway, how did it go? You didn't even go and see her, did you?
Gina, listen, I just can't rush into this, OK? I need to think what to say.
It's called swallowing your pride, Dev. And the sooner you do it, the better. You owe it to her.
Susan, thanks for coming.
Well, at least we got a bit further than yesterday.
So this is why you sent me shopping?
Oh, Linda, this is my ex-wife, Susan, and this is Linda.
His current wife.
It's not what you might think.
Oh, what might that be?
I think Mike can explain better than me. I'll be in touch.
Go on, then. I'm listening. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because I wanted to get my head round it first.
I knew there was something going on. I knew when you went to Glasgow you were lying.
I was going to tell you.
When? Once you'd worked out what'd suit you, never mind what I might want.
He is my son.
Yes, and I'm your wife. We're not supposed to have secrets, Mike. Did you think I wouldn't want you to see him?
I'm sure you'd welcome him with open arms. You did the last one.
Oh, that were cheap.
Well, you're the one that knows all about secrets.
We said we'd put that behind us.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry. It's just I'm trying to get my head round it. It's been a bit of a shock.
So, as she said, you can have access?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. She wants to dot the I's and cross the T's, and I don't see any problem. Well, not with her, anyway. I just had to find out how much Adam knew.
About you?
Yeah, me and my marriage to Susan.
Did you think I'd get in the way?
Well, no, but I had to tread carefully, you see. I mean, he's only a boy. I mean, he just met his grandfather for the first time, and then to meet his father out of the blue and his stepmother, well, That would have been too much.
So what are you going to do now, then?
Well, I thought of asking Susan to let him come down for the weekend.
To spend time with us, you mean?
Yeah, why not?
Nothing, it's just... he doesn't know you.
Well, he won't do, will he, stuck up there in Scotland?
Do you think Susan will let him come down?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to push her. I'll be wasting my time. She's got the upper hand.
Can't it wait?
Well, not really.
You certainly pick your moments, Hayley.
Well, I'm sorry, but Linda told me I had to let her know straight away.
About what?
About when I'd need time off for my foster child.
Your foster child?
Mike, Roy and Hayley have been accepted as foster parents.
Social worker came round yesterday. Our first one's coming on Wednesday, so can I have the whole day off?
Of course you can.
Sorry it's such short
You
notice.
said it would be.
It's exciting, isn't it, having a child? Can't wait to meet her. Bit nerve-wracking.
We know.
I hope she likes me. I'm not expecting you to approve, Mr. Baldwin.
I've got nothing to say on the subject.
All right, well, thanks.
Hayley wants a child, she gets a child. Under different circumstances, I'll be laughing.
She was with Mike when you walked in?
Yeah, just stood there, hard-faced.
But you were not.
Well, it's my own.
So did she tell you that she had a son to him?
Susan's the type wouldn't tell you if your hat were on backwards. She left Mike to fill me in.
Well, at least it's all out in open.
Yeah. He wants to invite the kid down for a weekend.
How do you feel about that?
All right. He's his son. He should have contact with him. But I don't want him there all the time, and I don't want him living with us.
Well, why would he? His home's up in Scotland.
Yeah, I know. I'll do whatever Mike wants. I owe him a son. I cost him one, didn't I?
Do you know, Susan's had 12 years to tell that lad anything she wants.
12 years to slag you off.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. The first thing you're going to have to do is show him you're no monster.
Well, he can see that for himself.
He'll see whatever she tells him to see.
So, do you reckon I've got a hope?
Of getting him to like you?
Well, I want him to love me eventually. I used to think the world of my old man. I wouldn't argue with him, but...
Oh, Mike, don't start laying down the law to him. He won't be used to it.
I'm not going to come the heavy father.
No, I know you won't. All I'm saying is take things at his pace. He's got a lot more to learn than you have.
Is this the only photograph you've got?
It's the only one Susan gave me.
You can't let her treat you like this. He's your son as much as he's hers.
You know what'll happen, don't you? If you ask her to bring him down this weekend, I say, you know what'll happen? She'll keep you hanging on for a day or three and then say no.
Well, what else can I do?
Why don't you go up to Scotland yourself?
Oh, I tried that once, got me nowhere.
Well, this time, be determined.
Yeah, get on the phone, demand your rights, Mike. Tell her that you're coming to see your son no matter what she might think.
She'll never stand for that.
Well, she'll have to eventually. She might as well get used to the idea.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You all right?
No.
Oh,
I've been talking to that son of Barlow's.
right. You going to give Susan a ring?
No, I'm not.
Mike, you've got to call her sometime.
No, I won't. From now on, the gloves are off. The next people she hears from are my solicitors. I'm going all the way on this one. And I don't care if I bankrupt myself in legal fees either. You realise by doing this there's no chance of it being settled amicably, don't you?
And if you don't do it, there's no chance of you seeing Adam.
Yeah, maybe I ought to give her another couple of days.
She's had 12 flaming years.
Exactly so. What harm will another weekend do?
Michael, I can't believe you're letting that woman walk all over you like this.
She can make it very, very difficult for me.
She can't make it any worse than it already is. Anyway, why should she call all the shots? After what she's done, she should be bending over backwards to make things up to you.
If it was just between her and me, I wouldn't think twice about going in so heavy, but it's not.
Look, Mike, he's your son. The law's going to be on your side, and until you spell that out to her, she's just going to keep you dangling.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I have to ring every day.
Because I happen to think that the situation's very important.
Yeah, well, I'll ring you when I've got something to tell you.
Oh, yeah? What are we talking about here? Days, weeks, months?
Look, it's not easy for me.
Right, well, the sooner you get it sorted out, then the better.
He's at a very difficult age. something like this could be really traumatic for him.
He's old enough to know the truth. He deserves to know the truth.
I have tried to talk to him. In fact, I sat him down last night.
Eh?
He's having problems at school. I mean, to drop something like this on him now...
Well, if he's having problems, perhaps I could help.
You don't know him. You don't know anything about him.
Oh, yeah? Whose fault's that?
Look, all I'm asking is that you let me break the news to him gently in my own time.
Do you know what I think? I think you haven't got any intention of telling him about me.
Of course I have.
Nah, you're just playing for time. You think if you ignore me long enough, I'll go away.
Mike, that's not true.
All right, prove it. Let me see Adam today.
I can't do that.
Right, well, you leave me no alternative than to put it in the hands of my solicitor.
What?
You think you're holding all the cards, but you don't. You were married to me when you had Adam. He's my son and I've got rights.
You're being ridiculous.
No, I'm not. I'm taking the only course of action left open to me.
Well done, Mike. Proud of you. Oh. Cheers. Listen, Mike, we can get loads of videos and computer games in for when he comes to stay, eh?
Well, don't jump the gun. Haven't seen the solicitor yet.
Oh, you put the wind right up this afternoon. She knows she's going to have to let you see him sooner or later.
Well, I hope Susan sees it that way.
I want to work with you.
Oh, here we go again. Now what?
I understand you've been harassing Susan, making threats.
He's done nothing of the kind.
If you don't mind, it's between me and him.
Hey, Barlow, this is my husband we're talking about.
I asked you to stay out of Adam's life and off Susan's back.
And I told you if I wanted to see my son, that is my business.
You can't force your way into Adam's life. All you're doing is upsetting everybody.
Oh, you've got a brass neck, you have. You should be hanging your head in shame, not laying down the law.
Susan had good reasons for doing what she did. You've only got to look at the way you're behaving now.
I think I'm being very reasonable.
Well, can't you see? All you're doing is chasing him away. Susan is already threatening to leave.
Well, she can't hide forever. I'll find her.
OK, I asked you. Now I'm telling you. Stay away from both of them!
Dad. The police have just been round. There's been an accident.
What sort of accident? What are you talking about?
Car crash. On the motorway. Susan's dead.
Oh, Susan. You sure there couldn't have been some mistake?
No. She's dead.
Was Adam in the car? Was he hurt?
I don't know.
Well, didn't the police tell you?
They said he was hurt.
And?
You're totally incapable of respecting anyone's privacy.
I'm his father.
So you keep saying over and over again.
And I need to know what happened. Perhaps I can help.
You can, by leaving us alone.
I can't do that.
Leave us!
I'm as gutted about this as you are!
Oh, well, yes, stop it, both of you. This is hardly the time.
Did the police say which hospital they were in?
Yeah. Preston General.
Best thing we can do is get up there as fast as we can.
Mr. Peter Barlow? I'm Dr. Hughes. This is P.C. Warner.
This is my father and his partner.
How is he? How's the boy? Is he alive?
Yes. And who are you?
Mike Baldwin, Susan's ex, the boy's father. Can we see him?
Yes, shortly. His injuries are not critical. As you know, they were in a car accident this afternoon. Unfortunately, the woman believed to be Susan Barlow sustained fatal head and chest injuries and was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. I'm very sorry.
Do we know what caused the accident? Was anyone else involved? I mean, when did it all happen?
Miss Barlow's car apparently crashed into a fence around 4 miles from junction 32 of the M6. It was reported by a passing motorist at around 3:15 this afternoon.
Nobody knows how long she was there or exactly what happened.
It's a busy stretch of road. She wouldn't have been there very long without being noticed. The scene of the incident has obviously been examined very carefully.
The boy, though, how is he? I mean, what are his injuries?
We're still doing tests.
Tests? What sort of tests? Exactly what sort of injuries are we talking about?
He had a bump on the head, fracture of the left arm, concussion, cuts and bruises. He's in with the consultant now.
Can we see him?
Soon.
Does he know about his mother?
No. He was unconscious when he arrived.
I hate to have to mention this, but I will need someone to identify the body.
Of course.
I don't know why we're still here. There's naught we can do.
I want to make sure that Adam's all right.
You heard what the doctors said.
Yeah, but I want to see him with my own eyes.
Any more word on Adam?
Not yet, no.
You realise one of us has got to tell him, don't you?
How do you tell a 12-year-old boy that he's just lost his mother?
It's not a prospect I'd relish.
Nor me.
Well, I'll tell him if you want.
And then what are you going to say when he asks who the hell you are? You're going to tell him, are you?
Oh, it's a stupid idea, I know, but I just thought at least he'd realise he's got one parent left.
To completely screw him up.
Mike, I don't think now's the time or the place.
No. No, you're right. It's just...
I'll tell him.
The tests have all been done, and Adam's back on the ward.
Can we see him?
He's asleep. I think it's probably best not to wake him.
Well, can we just see him? We won't wake him. It really would mean a lot.
Sure. Just give me a minute.
Then what? Do we just go home?
I think we should, don't you?
Well, I'm staying here.
All night?
I want to be here when he wakes up.
Yeah, so do I.
And me, Dad, yeah.
You okay?
Hey? Oh, yeah. How did he take it?
I don't think it's sunk in.
Be a while before it does, I should imagine.
Yeah, he's still very groggy and confused.
Did they say how long they were keeping him in here?
Well, the doctor said he could go home this morning, wherever that is.
Well, no point in taking him back to Scotland, is there?
He'll probably stay with us for a few days till we sort things out. Anyway, better get back to him.
Look, if you need anything, just let me know.
Oh, well.
And I really am so very, very sorry about Susan.
Yeah.
I felt like the invisible man at that hospital.
It was awkward for everyone.
My son nearly gets killed, he loses his mother. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, how do you think I felt?
Well, you were there. That's the main thing.
He's going to need his father more than ever now. I mean, if only I could have gone to him, put my arm round and comforted him. I mean, why were all the decisions left to Barlow? Who's going to tell the lad now, eh? How? I mean, I wasn't even consulted.
They were just thinking of the lad's well-being.
I'm sorry about it, Susan. I really am. It's just brought home to me how wrong this whole charade is.
He'll have his father soon enough. And I know this sounds rotten, but with Susan gone, it'll be a lot easier for you to see Adam.
Yeah, I must admit that thought had crossed my mind.
But there's no use you just barging in there. You've got to let them be for a few days at least. Let the news sink in first.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, but it's not easy sitting here, knowing your son's going through hell.
I know.
He's a cold fish, that Barlow, isn't he?
He seemed to cope pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Too well.
Oh, we missed it. Barlow recently voted Player of the Year.
Looks like Adam's at a bit of a loose end if you wanted to talk to him.
Pass it
back to
Hello. Hi, Dad.
Hiya. How are you, Adam? You all right?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, that's good. Listen, I've just popped down to see you. See if you fancy a couple of hours in town.
It's a way after.
Well, you normally want to. It's Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, well, Sam says I could help him on his car, and I'd rather do that.
All right. What's up to you?
Hiya. Remember me?
Yeah,
Well, I thought if you weren't doing anything, I could show you one or two places.
playing football. Only for a while, and I've got to go and help Sam.
Right, well, I'll tell you what. You carry on. I'll park the car and I'll come back for you. All right?
That's Mike Baldwin. He owns factory. Yeah, I know.
Well, this is the main area where they make the garments up. Must seem strange to you, eh? Me being in something like this. Ladies' underwear. Someone's gonna make them. They'll always be in demand and never go out of fashion. Anyway, like I said, this is where the girls work, and I'm generally in there keeping an eye on them. Didn't your mother never mention me ever? When I was with her, we were making jeans. Didn't she ever tell you how she used to help me? Weird. Well, anyway, this is where the girls do the sewing. And the harder they work, the richer it makes me. And you know. I suppose, really, we should be grateful, but we won't be telling them. All right?
Goff, say hello to Laura.
Oh, she's lovely. Linda, have you seen this? Natalie Fairby.
They all look the same to me.
No sign of any?
No, she's not telling him. Says she wants to bring it up on her own.
Right, well, that might have its advantages.
Follow
At
me
least it
through
stops
here.
the family splitting up in the end, doesn't
There
it?
we go. Excuse me. You're not supposed to be in here, but seeing as I own the joint, we can make an exception.
You own this place as well?
Yes, I do. I'm just showing him my empire.
Do you want to go through the back?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, have you had any dinner?
Yeah, had it at Grandad's.
Yeah, but a guy your age can always do with a bit more, can't you? Can you rustle him up something like a hamburger or something?
Yeah, of course we can.
I'll tell you what, let's see how good you are at pulling a pint, eh?
No, Mike, maybe later when we're closed.
Eh? Oh, you're all right. Now, not many people see this side, but like I said, we're privileged.
Gina?
Yeah?
We got any hamburgers?
Oh,
This is a bad time for you, I know that. There's not much I can do at the moment to make things easier for you, but there will be. Do you want anything else to eat?
No, thanks.
Ice cream. They'll have that. They've got everything here.
Nah, I'm all right, thanks.
So, how are you two?
How are we getting on? Great.
Fine, thanks.
Do you want anything else to eat?
I've already asked him.
Ice cream?
No, thanks.
I've just been telling him that there's no need to worry that he's on his own after what happened, because he's not. We're here, and we can take care of it.
Of course we can. Hey, you should come to the flat, Adam, see where we live.
It's a bit better than round here, but then most places are.
Maybe we could take him shopping. There must be things you're needing that you've left at home.
Grandad took me back to collect that.
Oh, well, good for him. I'm surprised he could take time off from collecting supermarket trolleys. Did he tell you what he does for a living?
He did, Midge.
Do you want another Coke, love?
Yeah, of course he does. Thanks, darling. There's no need to worry your old granddad anymore. We're here. We can make sure you get anything you need.
Hi, love. Give us a Coke, please.
And a pat of lager, please. Can I get these?
Oh, well, in that case, I'll have a bag of crisps as well.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
You happen to know where your husband might have taken my grandson?
His son, you mean? Yeah, they're in the back.
Well, I think I might have a word.
Wait here.
I understand you're looking for my son.
I was wondering where he got to, yes. Didn't think I'd find him on licensed premises.
I'd better go. Thanks.
Anytime.
Bye, Adam.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Adam.
Well, I don't know. We've had him all afternoon. Barlow takes him home. Who knows what he could be telling him?
When do you see your solicitor next?
Next week.
Well, tell her to get a move on.
What
Do you want her?
Have you got a minute?
Not for you. So, what time will you be back?
I don't know. Depends on how long the solicitor takes.
Well, good luck.
I'm not the one who's going to need luck.
I know that glint in your eye, Mike Baldwin. You're looking forward to this. Well, make sure you keep everything above board and legal. You'll be all right.
You bet. By the time my brief's finished with Barlow, you won't know what's hitting.
Hiya. Can I have a quick word with Hayley?
This isn't a social club, you know.
I know it's not. I just wanted to give her this.
What is it?
It's some fabric. She's making the bridesmaids' dresses for Rose and Sophie.
She's not in this morning. She's gone to the dentist.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
I hope Hayley's not planning on making them frocks during working hours.
Don't worry, Linda. She won't be taking up any of your precious time or facilities.
Aww. You must be losing your torch.
What?
You? Getting caught out, making a pass at Steve MacDonald.
Yeah, well, you don't want to go believing every idle bit of gossip that you hear then, do you?
So it is true.
You know you've hit the skids when a guy like Steve turns you down.
For your information, he was gagging for it. He just lost his bottle.
Oh.
I won't go near Steve, who was the last man on earth.
That's not what I've heard.
Will you just give me a break? I'm fed up, not hard up.
Get on with it.
Looking at it.
She don't waste much time.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How's yourself?
Same as usual.
Good.
Isn't it something you should be getting on with?
Feel like mentioning.
So what do you two want?
We need a favour.
You best come in then. So what is it this time?
I don't like saying this, but we need to borrow some cash.
Surprise, surprise.
Just hear me out, will you? It's not for me, it's for Ryan. He needs to borrow 300 quid so he can go to London and sort himself out with some work.
Do I look stupid?
I told you she wouldn't be help. Well, there's not for him here. If he goes to London, he's got a chance to make a start for himself.
Who are you trying to kid? If you think things are hard going round here, wait till you get to London. You won't last 5 minutes, mate.
He deserves a chance.
Hang on a sec.
Look, he's been in a bad way since our deal. I don't want him ending up the same way.
That's up to him, isn't it? But running off to London's not going to solve that.
Stop talking about me like I'm not here.
I can't give you the money.
You mean you won't? Come on, Ryan. We don't want to take up any more of Lady Muck's precious time.
So what are you going to do?
What do you care?
Well, don't do out stupid. It's not worth getting nicked over 300 quid.
So give it us then.
So he can go to London and be chewed up and spat out. Forget it.
No, Linda. Forget you.
Look, wait. I'm not going to give you the money, but I might be able to sort something else out for you.
Like what?
Like giving Ryan a job here.
Shit, mate.
I'm not really qualified to do out.
I'm not about to make you managing director, love.
You're not making him anything. You're only offering because you think he'll say no.
It's up to him. Ryan?
You're not going to stick me out there with that lot.
No. Contrary to appearances, they are skilled machinists. But there's packing you can do in the warehouse, or driving, maybe.
So what about Grandad? What, you have to square it with him first?
If you mean Mike, I've got as much say about the running of this place as he has. So do you want the job or not?
He'll take it.
Let him speak for himself, you.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
This is a con, mate.
Ignore him.
I can't believe it. A job. Cheers, Linda. I won't let you down.
No. Too right you won't. Otherwise you'll be out of here faster than your feet can touch the ground. So what did your solicitor say?
There's an interim residency hearing next week.
What does that mean?
It means that law's doing what it should do. Give me my son. Can't wait to see old Barlow's face when he finds out.
Well, make sure you don't overdo it, Mike. Nothing's worth risking your health for.
I don't think there'd be much of a struggle. There's not a court on earth that wouldn't see that Adam's better off with me than some clapped-out, penniless trolley pusher. Mind you, you're making a few changes in our lives, but it can't be all that bad.
Oh, it'll be great having Adam around. I've got some news of my own, actually. I gave our Ryan a job. He starts tomorrow.
You what?
Yeah, in packing, doing deliveries and that.
No way, forget it.
Mike, he's not a bad lad, and I know he'll work hard.
Are you off your head?
He needs a chance. Who else is going to give him a break if I don't?
He's a liability.
He's my family.
I'm your family.
I've already offered. Are you trying to make a fool of me?
You're doing, not mine.
Mike!
I said no. Where'd you fancy eating tonight?
I don't care. Mike, this is important to me. My brother needs me. Who's going to run off to London? Please, Mike.
Oh, all right. On your head be it. But if he so much as looks at me the wrong way, then...
You won't regret it.
I already am. Get off.